Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug. And you have just tuned into the Business Plugs mixer a whole 45 minutes later than I normally come on. But I want you to come on in, come on in, come on in. You're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube. I got a light bulb at the top. You see that? You're watching it on Facebook, on YouTube, and you're watching it on LinkedIn. So thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. Whether you're tuning in now while it's live or you're going to tune in later, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Tonight, my subject. So tonight I don't have a guest, so you get to deal with me. But what I want to talk about, and I've coined this one, the conditions of success. And so we're going to talk about the 9 conditions of being successful in government contracting. And this is government or corporate contracting. I am helping businesses get that started. And so if you have a business that you're stagnant, and you want to increase your revenue, learn more about contracting so you can get consistent funding for your business, so you can have consistent revenue, so you're able to expand your business, then yeah, I have all the links wherever you're watching this. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, and I need to move from that light bulb. The other thing is, um, I am helping in July. So you see my background, right? My background is building your own business. That's what that stands for. The Linda Sue Murray Bullard, the LSMB Business Training Academy. And so I'm bringing that back. I had that a few years ago, and I'm bringing it back where I'm doing an online class helping business owners for 8 solid weeks if you would like to create your business. I am a Kaufman Foundation certified affiliate and facilitator. And so I'm going to do an online session for those that want to learn how to start a business the right way. In addition to that, those businesses that go through my course, I'm going to teach you a little bit about government contracting too, because I don't want you to have a business and not have money. That can't happen. So I'm going to teach you how to use government contracting to increase and enhance that business model that you have. So, with all that said and done, I have a presentation and it won't take long. It's very few slides, I promise. Very few slides, but I'm going to pay attention to the comments. So, if you have comments and questions, please put them in the link beside me. Also, tomorrow, uh, tomorrow's June 30th, I am in a Facebook group talking about talking about capital readiness. And so you are welcome to join me there. I have a link for that too. I'll put it in this recording later where you can join me. It's a financial literacy Facebook group that has invited me in to talk about government contracting. So we'll be talking about that too. And you can join me there if you would like. So now I got all that housekeeping stuff, right? I always have to get that out of the way. But let's talk about the conditions of being successful in government contracting. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're here for tonight. I want to help you learn how to become successful in government contracting. And I say government contracting, but that also includes corporate, or if you're going after funding. Like these things are kind of they overlay in a way when you're trying to get financially stable. That some of the things overlay, but we're going to talk about these nine conditions of being successful in government contracting. And so let's see if I can make it work. We'll see. We'll see. Uh, so the first thing that we're going to talk about together, and I'm trying to get my presentation to agree with me. If you've not met me before, then you may not know that I have worked in both government. I have worked in both private sector, and I mean for-profit sector, and in nonprofit sector. So this is a combination of those things. And I love that they've given me a cursor. they do upgrades and don't tell us that they've upgraded. So it makes it a little difficult when you're trying to present and you don't know how they've set it up, right? But let me try. Let me go back and try. So government contracting has all my credentials. So what we're going to talk about is what is government contracting. We're going to talk about selling goods and services to the federal, state, and local government. And we're going to also talk about corporate agencies. This is not going to be a very long video. It's going to be short, but I want it to be impactful. We'll also talk about why pursue, why even do this? Like what's the reason? We're going to talk about the stability, credibility, the large scale business opportunities, and if you are needing consistent revenue in your business. So let's talk about the first condition. Well, the first condition is to get your all your paperwork together, right? You have to be a registered business entity in your city and in your state. Okay, and if you're going at the federal contracts, you also have to be registered in sam.gov. You have to understand NAICS codes and you have to understand how to get the right ones, right? You also have to understand this is what we're talking about being registered with sam.gov and being registered in your local state. You have to be financially stable and up to date on any taxes that you have, any old taxes, and any unsolved liens that you have. You have to kind of clear up your legal matters and make sure they're correct. Make sure you've paid taxes on your business because they want to see that you're a tax-paying citizen. And make sure if you had any liens on your property or things or anything that they may look sideways, that you have that cleared up. The second condition, you want to be small business certified. And I know this says minority owned, and that's no longer applicable, but women owned, veteran owned, disadvantaged business enterprise, those still are out there. Hub zones still out there. The benefit is it's going to enhance how you are getting set aside. They actually earmark sole sources and RFPs, requests for proposals. They set them aside for these different categories, these different certificates. So you want to make sure that even in this current environment, that you have all the certifications and all the designations that you're going to need in order to do business well. You want to make sure you have a capability statement. And that's the part a lot of people don't have. So what is a capability statement? Well, it's a 1 or 2 page, or I suggest one. It has your core competencies, your differentiators, your past performance, your company data, and the contact info. It also is tailored each agent for each agency, each opportunity. So when I'm teaching people about grants, we make a grant folder, we put everything in it, and it's a rinse and repeat, right? This is not that. This is not that. This is you have to make sure, just like with your resume, back when I was applying for positions, you put everything that you ever did in life on a resume. Like you told them from the time you finished high school on up to current day, all these different things, right? And there were several pages. Some people I've seen with 4 and 6 and 8 pages of resume, right? That used to be a thing, believe it or not, it was a thing. However, that thing has passed. That's not how we're doing it. And that's not how we do it with government contracting. Capability statements are targeted, just like resumes are targeted. A capability statement is a resume for your business. And so just like you would a resume for yourself, you would do the same thing for your business, making sure that you only have relevant information on your document. I suggest 1 page, front page only. I suggest you put it all on the front page. And in this game, attractiveness is fine, but better is that information, being informative, having the information that they need to make a decision about you. That is more important than prettiness, okay? Prettiness is not how you get scored out here, okay? A strong past performance. And think about that. And I'm going to talk tomorrow in that group. But your past performance, you've done this, whatever it is you're doing, you've done it. Do you have client references? Have you asked your previous clients for references and testimonials? Are there any case studies that you've been a part of that show the kind of results that you can give and the capabilities, the capacity that you have? You're building that. So make sure you have a strong past performance, right? Whether that be in a government agency or corporation, or you worked on a job and this was part of your job. So yeah, past performance is important. Networking and relationships. 100% of this is is relationships. So you have to come out, and I get some people are introverts, and introverts do not like peopling. I get it, I get it. But for this here, you must be able to do have strong networks and strong relationships. I am proud that I have relationships across the planet. And in most cases, if somebody tell me they're from one of the 51 states, I can probably tell them someone who's working in their area or that covers that region that's local to them. So attend agency outreach meetings, get to know your state apex, like build relationship with contract officers, team up with prime contractors. Like you can get paid very well being a prime, just like, I mean, excuse me, being a subcontractor, just like you could get paid being a prime. People don't know subcontractors get paid very well because they're the front facing, customer facing part of the business. And so somebody's in the background, like in my case, I'm doing the project management stuff, but my guys are out here knocking it down, just knocking things down and doing the work. So of course they should get compensated for the hard work that they're doing. Condition number 6, compliance. This is where people get in trouble because if you don't know, that's not an excuse. And so you have to familiarize and understand the federal acquisition regulations. That's FAR. You'll get to hear FAR a lot in this process, but make sure that you understand FAR. Make, make sure that you're staying up to date. Trying to get choked. Excuse me. Make sure that you're staying up to date, and then meet performance and reporting. Like make sure you have metrics in place so that you are meeting the performance. You're going to have quotas, stats, metrics on these contracts, on these grants, on these whatever you're doing. You're going to have metrics. Make sure you have a way of calculating and reporting those metrics so you stay all on top of them. And then maintain ethics and compliance. You cannot be out here working willy-nilly. This is not that. This is, you have to know what the standards are. Is a higher standard of business, and you have to know what the standards are and adhere to them. So therefore, you need to read and make sure that you're following all protocols and procedures, that you are being compliant. That's what we want to do. And then number 7, competitive pricing. So you hear it all the time, and I laugh at it when I hear people say, "Yeah, I'm going to charge the federal government $100 for a loose screw. I'm going to get paid." I hear people say that, and just know. I mean, you saw Doge, like everybody saw Doge. We all saw Doge, and we know that there are places where people are overcharging. That ship has sailed. That day is gone. You need to be competitive. You need to find out what they're making. And so we're going to talk a little more in depth about how do you stay competitive, and some things about your proposals. We're talking about that tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern in a Facebook group. So please DM me if you're interested in joining. It's on Monday the 30th at 4 p.m. Eastern. So we're talking about developing strategies and being compliant and compelling proposals and the value you bring. Lead with your value. Like we talked about those certifications back there. It's okay to have those certifications. What you want to lead with, people are looking for people who can do the job. Can you do the job? That's, no matter how pretty your capability statement is, can you do the job that you're applying for? That's what the contract officers are wanting to know. So making sure that you stay compliant, making sure that you are competitive pricing, and making sure that you are able to articulate your value, your capacity, and reduce the risk for the agency. And then number 8, okay, financial preparedness. So you have to float a payroll and materials until you get paid. And what that looks like is when you get federal or government, their payments are 30, 60, 90. You need to know you may need a line of credit, or you may need some type of reserve to float you until they pay you, right? And so understanding that, you may have to investigate, how am I going to get this off, because to kick a contract off, you're going to have to invest. You may have to, it'd be 30, 60, 90 days before a contract pays. And if you have people doing your work, know that. Know that it is not their job to hold uh the 60, 90 days. That 30, if you work for the government, I work for the government, and we get paid every 45 days, right? Or the last day of the month. We get paid the last day of the month. But it was 45 days before we turn our timesheets in, and then we get paid in 45 days from the beginning of the month. I mean, at the end of the month. So you need to make sure that you have the information and you're able to get in this game, because this is not a average game. This is not like, oh, everybody should do it, I should do it too. This is not that. And it's all about invoicing. You have to have a strong accounting system and make sure that you are invoicing timely. So strong accounting system, invoicing timely, making sure things work well. That's what we're doing. Financial preparedness, that's condition 8. And last but definitely not least, being able to research forecasts and understand the opportunities coming up, being able to go and find where those are for you and your business, because it's not one size fit all, but find them for you and your business, and then align your business development with your agency's goals. If my business development is I want to work with a specific agency, then I need to make sure that I align, that my business align and makes it easy. I'm taking the problem away from them by doing all the things I need to do. Also, you need to develop a pipeline strategy for sustainability and growth. So if I get this one contract, they're going to give me other offers. Am I able to get 2 or 3? Or what does that capacity look like? You need to have some idea of it in your head before you get started. This is definitely achievable. This is how you become sustainable for the long game in government contracting and become a success. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And in summary, success requires that you have all the certifications and registration, that you have a strong capability statement and past performance, that you are good at networking and staying compliant, and that you are being competitive and have financial readiness. So if this looks like something you're interested in, or if it looks like, oh, Linda, I've tried that, but I have not been able to get it. But guess what? I am working with 10 people, no more than 10. I'm going to start with 5, but I need 5 people who want to have this support, this level of support, to come join me, because I have set up a Facebook group, and we're going to get the prerequisites done first. And then we're going to start up applying what we've learned in order to get these government contracts. I am very, very happy to say I am a 6-figure contract winner myself, and I want to show you how it's done. And so if you're interested, if it's something that you're interested in, reach out to me at the links that's on wherever you're watching this, and let's have a conversation about your needs to see if it's a good match for you and for me. So with that all said and done, if you're ready to position your business for government contracting or corporate contracting success, that's my contact information. You can screenshot it and reach out to me, and we will get this party started. Again, I'm Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. I'm trying to plug you into the conditions of being successful in government contracts. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next Sunday here on the Business Plugs Mixer. Thank you all.